Hey guys, and welcome to Operation Crypto and a new price analysis video on a project that I have not covered before. A lot of you have been hammering me in the comments on my tweets saying do some price analysis on MTV, so we'll jump straight into it. We'll have a look at a few key levels where you could potentially place some orders for an investment position or a trading spot, and then we'll have a look at some take profit regions, some areas of resistance on the way up. So have a look at where you could sell or look at taking profit. If you're new to this channel, then please make sure that you are subscribed. Hit that like button and let's crack on. So starting off today's video, we will just have a look at some of the key statistics as we have not covered before. We'll just run over the tokenomics and a few other things. So Multivac, which is ticker MTV, currently has a token price of 007, 0.00738,255, up 18% on today's trading. It is worth noting that it is an ERC20 token on the Ethereum blockchain. So if you're looking to find out information about the tokenomics, who's holding, the amount of transfers, the amount of wallets that people are holding, you can check it out on Etherscan with a link. The community tabs as usual. Looking at the total supply, we have 10 billion coins, and currently in circulation it's around 3.4 billion. Market cap $25 million, which is a low cap project. I would class anything under $100 million as a low cap. I mean, reality, if you're looking at projects, some can be classed as a low cap under $1 billion, but that's mainly in the stock market. 24-hour volume is at around $5 million. Taking a look at where we are trading, quite a big exchange. KuCoin, probably the best out of all those, and as you can see, it is getting 73% of the entire market volume there against the USDT pair. We also have the Ethereum pair and a BTC pair. What I will do is have a look at the BTC pair on this video as well, because I know people do like to trade in Satoshis and stack Bitcoin. We're having a few other exchanges. Gate.io is not too bad. That's quite a decent up and coming exchange recently. They've had over the course of the last 6 to 7 months, I've been seeing them really upping their volume and the amount of projects that are listed. Then we have Binance Dex and MEX Global. So that's some of the key stats. One key point before we jump into some price analysis is the all-time high, which was 0.018. We are 60% down from that. We did hit that in April. That's when pretty much a lot of assets did hit either local highs or all-time highs, and then we had that massive dump, which did quite a big nasty shakeout. But we'll also have a look at on the chart too. So that's price, and that's the that's some of the key stats covered. Looking at MTV here, so this is Multivac versus Tether, the daily time frame. As I say, is the KuCoin chart. This is the all-time high up here, so we'll mark it up to begin with. That is up at 0.018, so that's 1.8 cent. And when we did that massive drop, which nobody was expecting, we dropped a amount of 89%. That's absolutely savage. And I presume nothing fundamentally went wrong with the project. Let me just move my body over here. So I don't believe that anything fundamentally went wrong with the projects there. We have been in quite a I mean, you could say it's a downtrend really if you're looking at this period here. From we was downtrending. I mean, you could go over to there, couldn't you? We was downtrending for a while and we eventually broke out of it. A lot of altcoins do look like this now. One key thing to note, that the money flow, which is this indicator down here, so when it's green, that's positive money flow, and you would expect the price to go up. If you look at that money flow there, price was going up. If you look at this period of money flow in the red, negative, it is going down. It is looking like we are about to come towards the end of that very, very soon. But remember, there's also that possibility. I mean, we already done that. Usually when I'm looking for a breakout of a downtrend, I look for that retest, and it's actually done that there. We're going to expect it up here. But if you look, we did break out of that downtrend, come back down, retested the trend, and then we've pushed up now. So that downtrend is now obsolete. We've broken out of that downtrend, which is great to see. Get rid of that. So a couple of things to look at here. We have the moving average on, which is this moving average 50 here, and the moving average 20. Usually the 20 is a little bit closer. You'd expect some bounce of support off it, but the 50 gives me a great idea when to potentially trade. So if you're looking at the price now and you're considering opening along, a couple of key indicators which I would look at when I'm opening along is that the price is trading above the blue line, which is a moving average 50 on the daily time frame, and money flow is in the green. So far, we do not have money flow in the green yet. I mean, if you look back here, was trading above the 50, and all the way through the money flow was in the green and trading above that 50. So that would have been any time throughout that would have been a great period to open along. I don't think we're quite there yet. I'm expecting at some stage over the course of the next 4 to 6 weeks, across the board, I think we're going to get some type of pullback, because we have seen quite a good rise on Bitcoin, shooting from 28k up to 48. So that's a fair old chunk, and everything else has followed it. But this has moved up in a couple of waves. So if you look at some of the daily time frame as we have it, first impulse move up, breaking above 50, retrace. If we just look at that in terms of fib level where we retraced to, we did that 38% retracement, no closures below it, and then we used that as support and push back up. We then did another slight move here, which we retraced, but this is the next move really. And to find some buy zones, really, we need to drop into the lower time frames, and we're going to potentially go down to, yeah, we'll stick to a 4 hour here. Money flow is in the green now on the lower time frame, so let's have a look at this move here. So we'll take that as a bottom there, and that as the top. So if you're looking for buys, I would consider some around this 618 level here. So if you're looking to buy Multivac, maybe ladder some orders from 0.00658 all the way down to this moving average 50 here, about 0.0059. That is nothing against the project. Remember, things move up and down as well, as they can't just go straight up constantly. We've had a good bounce so far, and you expect at some stage there to be relief. I mean, we could push up if Bitcoin manages to push up towards 51k. Ultimately, that will bring alts up, so we may be looking at a retracement from higher up here. But so far, on this current move, if I were looking for some buys, I would be targeting at around 0.0065. I think that could be a decent area. We're still, I mean, if you're bullish on this project and you want to buy in, market buy, because $25 million for a project which you fundamentally believe is strong is massively undervalued for me. So if you're looking for buys and you want to wait out, look at that area to place them. In terms of take profits on the way up, we've got to look at some of these previous, I mean, look at that. That's a solid area of resistance, that, isn't it? So look at that there. Rejected twice that, and we've got a lot of wicks within this range, so we use it as support there. Rejection, rejection, support. So that is a key area, that, which we've actually double topped again. So there's a good sign that we could potentially spin around here and fill some orders there. So that is a first major area. I just want to have a look in the weekly time frame. Have a look at some areas up here. Not too sure what's going on there, because it did say about the all-time high. Ah, yes, that was it, yeah. So that's the all-time high up there, which we wicked up to and rejected, which, yeah, ignore me there. So if you're looking at some areas of resistance, potentially on the weekly time frame, I think that's a decent area there to look at. If you look at, we had 2 wicks there and a wick there, so that shows 3 pretty much close. I'm telling you what, I'm going to box that method off, actually. We'll put a box in. So if we look at there, we'll catch that wick, 2 wicks there, 3 wicks there. So that to me is in one big area of resistance to look at potentially targeting. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 wicks within that area, shows that we have rejected from that position. I mean, you could pretty much catch all top of those wicks too, but dropping back to the daily, if you're looking to take profit, to accumulate, to maybe potentially grow your bags, that is the first, well, the second. So the first area is breaking through here at 0.078. If we do break through that, I think that there is the next major resistance, which is close to that 1 cent mark. So potentially look at taking profit at 1 cent. See if we get a rejection, come back down to buy potentially at this area of support here before we then do push back on. So if you're looking at that in terms of a breakout, you'd look to sell here, potentially buy back here, and then second attempt breakthrough and go on and target those all-time highs. So some buy zones there for you, and some sell zones too. One thing I just want to put on as well is an indicator I'm trying out. Let's just get rid of fib there and just turn off the moving averages. Indicators, Valkyrie core, zoom in. So far, looking at this indicator here, it does show that on the daily time frame that is looking like it. 2 dots means sell. So far that is happening. If you look at these dots here, these are basically when the RSI is well oversold. If you're looking back here, these was buys, you could have been selling up here. So far, I mean, those sells there did materialize and come down here. And then looking at these 2 dots on the daily time frame, that could signal that we are going to get that pullback. So if you're looking at those areas where I did mention to potentially place some orders, check them out as well. So that's that pair pretty much covered. Just want to have a look at a BTC pair too, if we've got one on here. Qcoin as well. BTC pair, if you're looking at the the dots as well on this also just show that we have got a sell signal there. So let's have a look if we get rid of that. So get rid of that indicator. Looking at current price action, we'll stick to, actually we'll go back down to 4 hour. If we do return from here and we do start to reject, like the indicator is potentially showing us, we've actually already been down and tapped this 382 level. So for me, if you're looking for buys in Satoshis, maybe target 144 Satoshis, and that could be a decent area for you to pick some up. If BTC itself goes on a major run and tries to retake some market dominance back, I don't want to sound too bearish here, but if you're ever looking for buys and BTC is going in a run, look at accumulating Satoshis and look at this area down here. I mean, that's around 100 sats. That could always potentially happen as well. Come back into this area of liquidity and pop up. I'm not going to look at any areas of take profit, to be honest. I mean, you've got this area up here, which was the top, so that's probably the first major one at 227. But what I'll do if we get enough likes and comments on this video, what I will do is I'll stick with MTV and start doing some more analysis. If you do like the analysis I've been providing today, then just smash that like button, make sure that you are subscribed, and I'll catch you next time.